Day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Listen close, I can hear it. Attack them now! Americans are relaxing. They has booster shots and vaccine. Putin, who with no doubt is a tactless ass, is not the worst type of person. It's a fact. It's someone who distracts. It's America forgetting the mask and our classless masses and turning a blind eye to the mass murderers who avoid jail time by settling with class action. That may not make sense just yet, but number niners, go and get a chair and join us for the show. There's a couple things that we want to let you know. There's headlines being buried that are even more disgusting, but timed with Russia, they don't even make discussion. I'm geared up and ready to go. So here's the head of our show, Tommy fucking Washington. What's been up, man? How are you?
I'm still battling this cold, Pat. This under the weather feeling. I'm not sick. I don't have COVID.
He's got AIDS.
That I'm 100% positive. I'm HIV positive. I do not have AIDS. What are you looking for? You look like a fucking idiot.
One of the cats is down here, and I heard some things. I'll say settle, like they knocked over some boxes or something. It wasn't too scary of a noise, but I'm like, I wonder if something's gonna catch on fire next. Just curious.
Oh, let it burn to the ground. Fuck it.
Big insurance policy on this here domicile.
Well, so it's funny. Not that I did not see the podcast going this way, but I got something I want to say about that. So, unfortunately, a gentleman I play pool with, his house burned down a couple weeks ago. Very sad. I don't wish that on anybody. But as I was thinking about it, I immediately thought, like, what in my house could I not live with? You know what I mean? Like, that can't be replaced.
Sure.
And my answer is nothing. There's nothing in this house that I would be, like, distraught over losing. It's all materialistic. It's all replaceable.
Well, it's difficult. So, there are probably a few things in this one more on Miss Elizabeth's side, but if you lose somebody close to you, like if you had, for example, a handwritten letter from your buddy Mike, that would be the thing. Like, fuck, if this house burns down, I need that in a fireproof safe. You know, well, like, or photos of a dead relative.
Yeah,
but other than that, I'm with you. There's really not much, but I would like certainly some of Russ's things to be, you know, to make it through a fire.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't have those things. I really don't. Erica may, but I don't. So, and then I was thinking about
Erica would lose everything she ever got for any holiday her entire childhood because she saved every motherfucking piece of it.
Yeah, facts. But like if my house burned, like, and then I was thinking, well, if my house burns down, then I just get to redesign a newer, better house. You know what I mean? The way that I really want it designed. I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm not that upset about it if my house burns down. But anyway, that's not how I wanted to start the show. By the way, if that person listens, really sorry, man. Hope everything, you get back on your feet and everything. But again, the insurance company,
even if there's nothing sentimental, I'm sorry, just the fucking inconvenience, man. That's going to turn your whole life upside down and just shake that fucking snow globe for a little while, and that sucks.
Yeah, but you know what? At least he's going to be able to use his homeowner's insurance that he's been paying on for X amount of years, and you know everybody says it's a scam. Well, it's a scam until you need it, and then it's there. So
yeah, and we talked. You know that Miss Elizabeth's childhood home burned down.
Yeah, you told me that once before.
Yeah, their rebuild. They love the place now, but it was. I mean, at that point, it was kind of just an old rundown house. And they were able to rebuild. Obviously, that your insurance covers the cost of a rebuild, not the cost of what the actual house is worth, because it's way more value to rebuild it.
Yeah.
They did lose 2 pets in the process, but other than that, they came out unscathed.
Well, when you have 45 fucking animals, you're bound to lose one in a fire or two.
Well, at that time, they only had 2.
Oh, that sucks. Feel like a dick.
Liz has them both tattooed on her. I'll make sure that you laughed about it. Fantastic.
Thanks. You're a piece of shit. But anyway, so we've been starting the show off with we'll call it a trip down gambling circle. or something like that. So Pat and I were talking before the show. Every show I put out there that I somehow every time we do a show I have a bet that night. So I just went through, and I'm on what you would call a little bit of a downward streak. I've missed 15 out of
Not
my
a losing
last
streak. It's a downward streak.
I've missed 15 out of my last 16 bets. Luckily, I don't bet a whole lot, so I'm down like a grand total of like $300. And while $300 is still a lot of money, luckily I'm a decent gambler on casino games, so I've won back more than I've bet on the casino games up until today. So Pat, I woke up this morning with $500 in my FanDuel account. Okay, I get up now. Mind you, I won big at the All-Star game that was 2 weeks ago. I won $1,000. I cashed out 800 of it. I kept 200 in the account. Okay, so I've been playing with this $200. I have not added any money into my FanDuel account, and I've just been wagering. I win some, I lose some. I win some, I lose some. I win some, I lose some. I try not to go under the $200 threshold because at that point, I'm staying even. I'm having fun and I'm staying even, right? So this morning I wake up, I got $500. I'm sitting on the couch with Erica, and I'm playing some 3-card stud, and I get up to about $610, right? And I look at Erica and I go, "Hey Erica, should I stop playing? I won $100. That's what I bet yesterday. I'm back to even as I was yesterday. I think I should stop." She goes, "Keep playing, honey." So, I'm a smart man. I listen to my wife, and I keep playing, and I lose another $100. So now I'm back to even for the day, right? And I'm like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna keep playing." So I switch over to roulette, and I listen to my wife again. I ask her for some numbers and a color. I miss them both. I lose $100, so I'm down to $400. So I said, I know how I'm gonna make this money back. I'm gonna go back and play 3-card stud. Well, Pat, I lose $200. So now I'm down to my original $200. So me in a fit of rage. There's a basketball game today at noon. It is the Knicks and the Sixers. I think it's at noon. Let me double check here. 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. And I put together a little parlay bet. It looks a little bit like this. I'll tell you, James Harden to score 20 plus points. RJ Barrett, no idea who that is, to score 15 plus points. Joel Embiid to score 25 plus points. The over at 200.5, and the Sixers minus 3.5. That bet there, that parlay is plus 206. Okay, Pat, you following me so far? How much do you think I put on that bet?
I would guess $200.
$200, Pat. If it hits, I'm back to even for the day. If it loses, I'm uninstalling the app and we're all done gambling. No number 9 bets podcast coming out. None of that shit. I'm done. I'll be done for good.
How much will you win?
$612.06.
Okay.
Erica said, "Oh, don't blame me. You asked if you should keep playing. I said sure. Then you said you were going to bet it all 110, and I said no, only do 55. And I did 55 twice. Duh. Women.
Let me say, you should absolutely listen to Erica, and we can blame Erica's answer, but the interpreter, that's the real problem here. When a woman says sure, that's where you should have known. Don't fucking do this. You're like, Erica, should I do this? And she's like, sure. That means, no, Tom, don't be a fucking idiot. Don't do this at all. Never do this again. Uninstall the app right now and just quit while you're ahead. Fuck.
Well, we'll see. If I lose this bet,
Can you tell how much I took off of my beard?
Pat, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really look at you that much, but you do look better. I will say that. So it definitely shows.
Thanks, pal.
Pat, you know what comes up on my TV all the time? That Christmas where you and I were sitting on the couch and Erica took a picture of us and we had our ridiculous beards.
Do you remember that picture?
Oh, it comes up on my TV all the time because Erica somehow uploaded it to the Amazon Fire Stick, so it's a screensaver. Yeah. And we looked ridiculous with our beards.
You know, mine gets bushy when it gets long, and my head clippers are at my buddy Tom's house. He's had them for like 2 years now, and I always go to use them, and then I remember because I remember fucking nothing.
A year. So they're sitting in the same spot. They're sitting right in front of me on top of 2 boxes of glasses that I have.
I yesterday when I woke up, I was like, Liz, I'm going to get a haircut. I'm going to the bank, and I'm going to get a fucking pair of beard clippers. So that is in fact what I did first thing in the morning, and I came home and trimmed and was like, holy fuck, I look human.
Yeah, you look good, man. You look good.
Hey, thanks.
Anyway, we got some mail, Pat. You want to do mail time real quick?
Let's do it.
Oh my god. I hope I sneeze and blow snots all out of my nose and you get to see it live on the show. That will really make the show 100%.
After I just bragged about how good my breakfast was, you'll get to see it again.
Yeah.
Did you read the memes?
Yeah. All right, so we got one piece of mail. We got one piece of mail. It comes in from our friend Panachronic. He's this goes back to the old episode. He put a comment on the last episode on YouTube. He said, "If there's two conflicting autopsies, I'm assuming it would result in an investigation into each organization to determine who's conducting malpractice. You're not only getting to the bottom of a real autopsy results, but you're also revealing the villains behind the scenes, or in the best case scenarios, those unintentionally releasing results with mistakes."
I obviously I agree with that. That is my take as well.
I like it. That was a good take,
Tom. Can I ask you, go back to the Panachronic screen if you could? Is the picture there a picture of Panachronic? You know what he looks like. I don't.
I believe it's like a cartoon picture of him. Yes.
Because I'm getting this on whatever it was, the YouTube email that we got. It looks like a picture of John Cena. Do you see what I'm saying? At least.
No.
John Cena with his orange or red baseball cap and his orange or red fucking jersey that, he changes colors, but he wears the same outfit all the time. He looks just like a skinny John Cena in that fucking picture.
Yeah, not really.
All right. Well, Panachronic, I say thank you for the email and also.
Yeah, that was a good email. That's the only one we got though. No, we haven't heard from Dip or Erica or really anybody.
Justice. Justice, what the fuck, bro?
Fuck that guy.
Wow.
He said some shit, dude. So I bumped into him. He came in a couple times, and I saw him, and he talked mad shit about you, and I totally forgot what it was. And then he was super upset that I didn't bring it up on the show the next episode, but I totally forgot what he was talking shit about. So just know that he talks shit behind your back.
Blue Justice, if you could text us and remind us why I'm a piece of shit, that'd be great.
I don't really need to know. It's already things I know.
Tom, I was driving home from work the other day, and a car ended up basically kissing mirrors with me riding alongside me, and I looked over, and it was none other than the infamous Dip Dizzy Whizzle chiefing on a fucking heavy-duty vape blowing clouds like a motherfucker.
Nice.
Just talking all kinds of shit. He's like, I've been trying to hit you, motherfucker.
Nice. Love that guy.
Good shit.
Oh, he's doing well. We haven't heard from him in a while. Wonder if he's still listening. Anyway,
I believe he is.
Thanks for the mail, and it's nice going back to our roots and doing these little segments. We do them really just for Dip Dizzy Whizzle at this point. So yeah. Pat, anything you want to add before we get out of mail time?
No, this isn't where I do the good day thing, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, no, I'm good.
Oh my god, dude, I'm so congested. So congested. Erica, if you're watching, I need another iced coffee.
Erica, if you're watching, if you're leaving the house anyways, I mean, I could use an iced coffee.
All right. So we got through that. You want to do some memes, Pat?
Let's do it.
Oh, did you hear that?
On this first meme.
I didn't even get into the memes yet. I just ripped ass like a motherfucker.
Okay.
Sorry.
No
Anyway,
problem.
go ahead.
This first meme from at Casey Rollerson says, "My boyfriend was slow cooking ribs, and I guess they were done in the middle of the night. So this man wakes me up at 3 a.m. and goes, 'Here, babe, I brought you a rib.' So we sat in bed and ate ribs, and I think I found my soulmate. Then he tried fingering me."
Nice.
That, yeah. That's about how that makes sense. This one is from at freaking average. He said, "God really made me 5'6". What the fuck?" And then his buddy Apollo says, "He put the 6 inches somewhere else." And he replies, "No, he did not."
Nice.
Fantastic. This is a girl, open mouth, aghast, kind of an excited expression. And it says, "When he takes off his prosthetic hand and starts lubing up his nub."
That's fucking disgusting.
Nub fucker. This is a Baby Yoda, or Grogu, for those of you watching The Mandalorian. The first picture, he is smiling ear to ear. The second picture, he is frowning. The first picture says, "When she takes off her pants and she's wearing Star Wars underwear." I think we've all been there. Very exciting. The second picture says, "But it looks like Chewbacca is hiding behind them." Unfortunately, we have all been there as well.
I have not in either one of those cases.
Oh, all right. Well, by all, I meant everybody except Tom.
We're gonna do this now.
Oh, you threw this into memes, you out of order going motherfucker.
Yeah, but you got a lot of sad stuff later, and this isn't gonna break it up. This is actually gonna cause for some conversation.
Okay. Let's do the thing. These are, I believe it was Adam Schefter. I'm not positive on that. It was somebody on Instagram. You can see it's credited to ESPN Plus. But it's somebody saying what football teams need to do in the upcoming weeks. I picked 4 of them because there were a billion of them. But these 4 seem like 4 very interesting possibilities.
First one, begin the Trey Lance era for the 49ers.
That's the Niners. So out with Jimmy G, in with Trey Lance. The debate is, he's too young, or is he too young, or is he ready?
I don't think it's a young thing, man. It's is he ready to play at an NFL level?
Sure, inexperienced. I didn't mean young.
Yeah. The answer is no.
And
if
we
they get rid of
these motherfuckers in fire, so start the process.
No. All the greats, Pat. All the greats. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Brett Favre.
Steve Young.
There's another one. All these people that turned out to be great quarterbacks sit for multiple years behind a starting quarterback that is decent or good. You know what I mean?
What about Mahomes? How long did Mahomes wait?
3 years. It was 2 or 3 years. But again, he sat behind Alex Smith, who was a great quarterback. Like, he wasn't a championship winning quarterback, but he was a Jimmy G caliber quarterback. You know what I mean? Somebody that could win games, get you to the playoffs. It would usually fall apart in the playoffs. Again, I don't blame the loss for the Niners on Jimmy G. I don't think it was solely his fault this year. But people forget, 2 years ago, he brought the Niners to a Super Bowl. They lost. I mean, like, he's a good quarterback.
Let me ask you. I don't know what Jimmy G's price tag is.
It's a lot of money.
Could you bring in a different veteran quarterback to sit behind Trey Lance, to teach him, to coach him, to work with him, to bring him that knowledge while Trey Lance is still on the field making things happen?
I guess you could, right? But who's it going to be? Who's available that you want to put on your team? You're not going to. So, like, the rumor is that the Colts want to get rid of Carson Wentz because he's trash.
Right. So,
are you going to bring in Carson Wentz? Absolutely fucking not. Now, there are some rumblings, and who knows, like, you know, it's slow for the sports media right now, so they make up all kinds of shit. But there are some rumblings that maybe Tom Brady unretires and goes to the Niners, because that's been a dream of his, to play for the team that he grew up rooting for.
Really?
Yes. So, but do I really put a lot of stock in that? Absolutely not. So, but okay, if you can get a Tom Brady to come play for you for a year or two, absolutely you do that. Sit him behind Trey, or sit Trey Lance behind him. Absolutely. But
Yeah,
other
but I'm
than
not
that,
talking about sitting Trey Lance on the bench again. I'm talking about bringing a low-priced veteran, call it like, and I'm throwing out crazy names here, but like a Michael Vick or a Donovan McNabb,
you want them
or
to play a 50-year-old fucking quarterback?
no, you're not going to play him. You could if you had to. Again, those were crazy names. I mean, at that rate, I could have said Boomer.
Yeah,
But no, somebody who's in his later 30s, who isn't making a bunch of money, who's probably not going to play this year, and go, I'll tell you what, you don't have to play. Sit on the bench, teach this fucking youngster what he should be doing. When he makes a mistake, he's going to hit the bench, and you either get on his ass or you get in his head and say that everybody makes that mistake. You move forward, don't let that one beat you up. And you be his mental coach.
I don't think that's I don't think that works, man. I don't think that works for these guys.
Well, that's why I was asking. I was curious.
I don't
what your
think
take on it was.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback he is today without sitting behind Brett Favre for 3. You know what I mean?
I agree. We should credit Brett Favre for everything Aaron Rodgers has ever done. Thank you for making that point.
That's not what I said at all. I don't think Tom. Well, I think Tom Brady is probably the exception to the rule because he had the "I'm gonna prove all you guys wrong." I was taking in the 6th round mentality, and when he got his opportunity to shine, he shined. But he also sat behind Drew Bledsoe.
And Bledsoe, we can shit on Bledsoe all we want, but Bledsoe under that organization, under Belichick, Bledsoe was doing just fine.
Yeah, he was a great quarterback. So I do like to see them. I would like to see them somehow keep Jimmy G at least another year and give this kid and really find out if this kid's going to be good. I would say at the end of 2 years, you're going to know if he's has it or he doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Which they gave up a lot to get him, so he better fucking have it. But now moving forward, on to the next one. Green Bay needs to sign Aaron Rodgers. I do believe after listening to the Pat McAfee show interview with him, I do believe he's going to re-sign with the Packers. I think they're figuring out how to keep him and how to keep Devontae Adams. So I think that's the holdup, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's announced this week that they re-sign him.
In hindsight, I loved Brady going to the Bucks. I loved Brady winning with the Bucks. But I do wish in my true sportsman heart that Brady finished his career with the Patriots and never fucking left. And in the same way, I kind of want to see Rodgers stay with the Packers and ride out his time there. On the other hand, what a fucking shocker if Rodgers went to the Bucks now that Brady's gone.
Well, some people are saying that
did it with them.
So some people are saying that. Some people are saying Denver, and other people are saying that he might go to the Colts.
If he leaves, the only place he should go is the Buccaneers, and I hope he wins the fucking Super Bowl if he does, so that everybody's like, "Oh my god, it wasn't Brady; it was just the Buccaneers," like they always did to him on the fucking Belichick's team.
Down to the Giants, they need to decline Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. They should just cut that motherfucker now. He sucks. He is not Danny Dimes. He is Danny. I don't know something that you could put in front of Dimes. Danny Dimes?
Pennies? Danny Pennies?
Danny Sucky. Danny Sucky.
Danny Nichols?
Yeah, Danny sucks. They should just cut his ass now and find somebody to replace him. I believe he's still on his rookie contract, so it probably wouldn't cost him anything to get rid of him. Let him go. See you later. Bye-bye. You suck. And then the Bucks need to acquire Carson Wentz. Now, I don't know why anybody would want to acquire this guy. I've been riding this.
Yeah, this was going to go.
I've been saying it. Pat, we've been doing the show now for over a year and a half, right? It'll be 2 years in August we've been doing the show. Since we've talked football, I have said it from fucking day one. Carson Wentz fucking sucks. He fucking sucks. He's the only asshole on the planet that could sprain both of his ankles in a game. The only thing that you could say for him is that he played with 2 sprained ankles. That's the only good thing. And that's because he's such a fucking asshole. He didn't want to sit down in the game, and he probably cost his team a couple of games. He sucks. So why would you want him he should be the backup to the backup. He should be a 3rd-string quarterback. He should be the Joe Flacco of the Jets. For real. He has a Super Bowl ring that he did not earn. Big Dick Nick Foles earned it. If anything, Big Dick Nick needs to go down to Tampa Bay and play for them.
So what if a Carson Wentz, or since you brought it up, a Joe Flacco were to sit behind
If you say Trey Lance, no, they both suck.
Joe Flacco was not a bad quarterback. He was an amazing quarterback.
He was not a good quarterback. He won one Super Bowl against the Niners, actually. But he
and with one of the best defenses probably in history, right?
Yeah, he was. The only thing that Joe Flacco had going for him was he could launch the ball fucking 70 yards. That's the only thing that Joe Flacco.
Trey Lance launched the ball 70 yards. Maybe they can work on that together.
We don't need. Listen, if you clearly don't ever watch the Niners aren't launching a ball 70 yards ever. They're a run
they play that goddamn awful West Coast offense.
I love it, man. They win.
I hate it.
Listen, time management and defense wins championships, guaranteed. That's how you win a championship.
No doubt.
And that's how they're going to win a championship. But anyway,
that and punting, time management, and defense.
Well, listen, if you don't have a good punter or your special teams blocks punts, that's how you win NFC divisional round playoff games. You know what I mean? Just say it. Anyway, yeah, Joe Flacco's trash. Carson Wentz is trash. They're in the same fucking category to me. And they should. I think Carson Wentz should get fucking Mitch. And whether, just get rid of him. I don't know, who's going to go there. I don't. But if Carson Wentz starts next year for the Indianapolis Colts, they may make the playoffs, but they will not make it out of the second round. Because the Colts have a great defense, and they also have a great running back. So
2023 predictions coming to you hot on the Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
Yeah, I hope Carson Wentz gets fucking cut. I don't know, or traded or something. I don't know where. I was actually listening to a show the other day. They figure that there's 18 teams out there where you could realistically see a quarterback change, down to Seattle, Denver, the Packers, the 49ers, Tampa Bay, obviously. There's all these little things that can happen. I mean, Pittsburgh still needs a quarterback. Maybe fucking Wentz can get traded up to Pittsburgh, and he could suck there too. He sucked for one Pennsylvania team. He could suck for another one.
Right.
Yeah, well, you got me all fired up now. Whew.
There you go.
Whew.
Just wait, it's coming.
I hate looking at that ginger's face. And I hate everybody that says that they like Carson Wentz and he's a good quarterback. I fucking hate it. It really gets me going.
Okay. God, I just love Carson Wentz.
What? Why? Because you guys look the same? You fucking gingers?
Just because he's such a great quarterback, you know? He's such a pure talent with his intangibles and his statistics. And how about that local sports team he was on, huh? Yeah. Tom is just staring into the camera menacingly.
I just heard in my headset it's time to hear from Anchor.fm.
Oh.
Oh, hit the wrong button. You see what's in the chat?
I saw. Did you make any medicine? Did you take any medicine? That probably says.
And then she said that she heard my fart, but then I said, "Where's my iced coffee, Erica?"
Nice.
Thank you, Anchor.fm, for calming me down in my time of need. I got really upset.
I heard. Now I don't know how true this is. I know you're under the weather. I heard that Santa Claus had fallen ill, and it was going to put a halt on Christmas this year. It was either going to come late or completely be skipped. But Anchor.fm made soup and delivered it to the North Pole, and we are back on time. Santa's feeling better. The folks over at Anchor.fm, there are not better people out there, are there?
Not at all, Pat. Not at all.
Saving the holidays. I like it.
I mean, oh yes, she's gonna go get me coffee.
You getting us coffee? That's awesome.
Hold on, guys. I'm in the chat telling my wife what kind of coffee I want.
Yeah, for anybody listening live who happens to be my workplace, a large iced toasted almond coconut with mocha, 3 cream, 3 Splenda. That'd be great anytime you're in the area.
All right. So Pat, you got some news stories here, and from what you told me earlier, they're gonna get me fucking going. So
Well, I don't know if you'll feel the same way about them that I do, but we'll see.
we will see.
And we're going to start with the abundantly obvious 3-finger news that's sure to shock you. Russia has threatened military and political coincidences. Russia has threatened military and political consequences against Finland and Sweden on Friday if they attempted to join NATO. Basically, Finland and Sweden should not base their security on damaging the security of other countries, and their accession to NATO can have detrimental consequences and face some military and political consequences, says Zakharova in a viral clip of a press conference. The ministry later posted the same thread on Twitter. Finland and Sweden have given significant military and humanitarian support to Ukraine since Russia invaded. Basically, the Ukraine is getting help from these guys, and Russia saying, "Cut the shit." You know, we picked a fucking fight. Stay out of it. And here's the thing: you and I agreed on this pre-show. This idea. This is not our fight. This is not an American fight. And if anybody's going to help these guys, it needs to be the European countries. If the European countries band together, then it's not America fucking picking every goddamn fight in history or getting into every goddamn fight in history. And it's America taking a back seat and letting this play out. And the European countries that believe in what Ukraine stands for and don't believe in Russia's fight need to fucking say so. This is on them. It is not on us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I actually said this to somebody at work the other day, and it goes like unnoticed, I think, a lot in the world that we live in. But how lucky are we as Americans to live in a place where we really don't have to worry about actual war on our soil? It almost never happens. Or it's something like, while tragic, a Pearl Harbor or a 9/11 type thing where it's one thing and then it's all fought away from us. We're very lucky in that sense, and my thoughts are with the people of Ukraine and the people of Russia, for that matter. At the end of the day, they're just following orders from, just like any military would. They follow their orders and they go into battle. So
yeah, if you don't think you should stand behind the people of Russia, remember that you stood behind the American soldiers who fought that war that they didn't pick. I mean, even the Russian soldiers, I mean, fuck, they're doing their job, man. They have families.
Yeah, and they're doing... Now, listen, they might agree... And listen, I don't know what it's about. I have no idea other than... I mean, Russia is a fucking ginormous country as it is. I don't know why they need any more land or why they would want to invade another place. I don't know. I don't follow it enough to even comment on it. What I do know is that there's a war over there, and what I do know is that the war has nothing to do with us, and we better stick our fucking asses right here. And until... Listen, Russia and China are the two biggest threats to the world. Like, without doubt, they are. And at the end of the day, they are the biggest threat to America. While I understand that, we need to kind of keep our nose out of this one, let that happen how it may, and understand that throughout history, countries invade other countries. That's what happens. That's how we have the United States of America. We came to a place that was full of Native Americans, and we took that shit from them, and then continued to venture west and take it from the Mexicans. So that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. And while there will be thousands upon thousands of people, maybe millions of people lost in this fight, there should not be one American life lost to this cause.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, we still talk about Darwinism, and we still talk about it's a dog eat dog world. That's those two things we still talk about because those two things remain true. Tom, since you said you didn't know much about it, 198 dead Ukrainians since the start, including 3 children.
Here.
Something tells me that three children were not to blame for any of this.
Pat, I don't want to cut you off. Pat, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off, but Phobic says that he disagrees with me. He's in the chat. He says he disagrees. And I would love
that we should get involved in the war.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying, and I would love to hear why. I mean, he is part of our military, so I would love to hear his point of view on it.
I'm game.
Even though we may disagree, yeah, I mean, he might have a very solid point that I could agree with. But me
We
as
have like a 5-minute lag, so I'm going to finish with
yeah, go ahead.
1,115 wounded, and 33 of the wounded are children.
That's
You also have a picture of the Manchester City and Everton showing their support for Ukraine before their Premier League game. They both they were wrapped in Ukrainian flags, and the Ukrainian flag is on their uniforms and just says "No War" underneath it. So Europe is supporting Europe. They're not necessarily fighting, but they are showing support.
yeah.
A lot of T's and P's going out.
Yeah. And like I said, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hate the shit happening on the other side of the world. That really doesn't 100% involve us. I just don't see why we would have to get involved. Now, listen, if it's actual, and again, if Phobic says if you're at school and you see someone getting bullied, do you try to stop it?
It depends.
How big is the bully? No.
Well, no. That's a legitimate question. How many people are bullying the one kid? Does the kid have 30 of his friends with him that aren't supporting him? Because here's the thing: like, if I see you getting smacked around by 3 or 4 dudes, but you have like 10 of your friends with you and they're not doing shit, I'm gonna go, maybe he earned this. I don't know the details. But I think the same thing. I get your point, Phobic. I absolutely get your point. Are we close enough to this situation to make the call that we should get involved, or are we far enough removed to say they're there with all their friends? The other countries need to be the ones who jump into this. And you know what? If all the other countries jump in and we say, hey, we have your back, if for any reason you guys are losing this, we will fuck them up, then cool.
Yeah,
but let's do that behind closed doors.
Well, and that's a different scenario, right? They tried other options before we got involved, which is what I think. We will protect NATO partners, not Ukraine. So, but that's I think is right. Pat's point, right? Is that they need to get people around that area to go in and help them before we get involved. And then when it gets to a certain point, yeah, maybe we have to get involved. But at the same time, it's not our battle. It's just like I can't imagine. I don't want to see any American lives get lost to something that doesn't benefit America. You know what I mean? Which is kind of selfish to say, but at the same time, like, our soldiers fight for America. We don't fight to restore world peace. We fight to save America. We should be fighting to stand up for America. While I agree we should stand up for what's right, sometimes you have to pick your battles. It was like I had the same stance with Cuba. We should not have gone. I didn't think that we should go down to Cuba and invade Cuba and overthrow Cuba. That wasn't our fight, and that was much closer to us than Russia is in Ukraine.
I'm thrilled. Oh, hold on. What did Phobic say?
He said, "We are all people. It is our battle. With great power comes great responsibility." I see that.
I don't disagree. There's just I think a time and a place. I'm super glad that Phobic chimed into this and that he has an opinion of this. We don't get a whole hell of a lot of live feedback on the show. That's actually going to prove exactly where we're going with this entire fucking show right now. Tom, our next story is 4 U.S. companies will pay $26 billion to settle claims that they fueled the opioid crisis. Those companies, Johnson & Johnson, AmerisourceBergen, Cardinal Health, and McKesson, all in the midst of a pandemic and in the midst of this Russian-Ukraine thing, they all go, fuck it, we'll pay out now. So they're going to pay $26 billion without ever sitting in a courtroom, without ever having to face what they've done. The 100,000+ people a year that die from overdoses in America because there's so much going on right now that the opioid producers that flood small towns like Thomaston and Torrington with opioids more than they could ever need. So what they do is they flood those markets, the shit gets sold on the black market, and then they just flood it with more because, oh, we sent you 100, you needed 50, the 100 are gone, we'll send you 100 more. And this is what caused it. They have admitted in this class action lawsuit that this is what caused it. They are the fucking problem. And nobody's going to hear about this. Nobody's going to talk about this because it's fucking water under the bridge. Everybody's going to go, oh, well, they did right. They paid up at the end of the day. They caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, which is far more than what's going on in Ukraine right now. And nobody's going to talk about this because they're paying money to make the problem go away. They're putting these programs in place, and they're making sure that there are resources for opioid addicts across America. Now, there are also emails in this fucking lawsuit that refer from I'm talking high up executives of these companies referring to opioid addicts as pillbillies and saying that fentanyl is hillbilly heroin. So they know exactly what's going on, right? They know the climate of the country, and they're fueling the fucking crisis, and they don't care. And they're saying that this time they're going to handle it better because previously they paid $246 billion for the tobacco crisis that they were the cause of. These, the same type of companies, and they're saying it's going to be different this time because a lot of that money went to things that weren't very good, and we're going to make sure the money goes to the right places this time. Well, you're just admitting more fault. You're doing things that you should have done a long, long time ago. Tons of people have died on your watch because of your irresponsibility, but because you put up some money, which, by the way, all that money, I'm sure, came from your wrongdoing. You're going to put up some of the gross amounts of money that you made, and we're supposed to just bow down and say, well, thank God that's over. Let's worry about this Russian thing. Fuck that, man. These people are scumbags. I think all four of these companies should suck fucking a line of dicks, a big fucking line of dicks.
Well, so in America, Pat, that's what happens. When something erupts, that's when things that they don't want you to know about, they don't want you to know this company, that these four companies settled that lawsuit, because that should be headline news that they're admitting
Absolutely,
fault.
it should be every headline worldwide.
And they're admitting fault, and that they're going to pay X amount of dollars, which, like, to your point, that $26 billion is nothing compared to what they made. And the reason that the government doesn't want this to get out or be headline news is because they're all funded by the government. All politicians have money in some sort of way in a pharmaceutical world, with donors and shit like that. It's a fucking evil game, man. It's a fucking evil game that we live in, and this is why I stand behind what I say, man. It's time for a fucking revolution. You know why we shouldn't worry about Ukraine? Because we should be worried about ourselves and overthrowing our own fucking government.
I 100% agree that the government will not bring light to this. They will not shed any light on this opioid crisis settlement because the lobbyists writing the laws about the opioids, your Oxycontins and your fucking, even your street drugs, your fentanyls. The reason that these lobbyists are writing these laws and we handle things in the system that we handle things in, much like the legal system or the school systems or the prison systems, the lobbyists work with the government, but the lobbyists work for these four companies. These are Johnson & Johnson employees getting paid by the government to write law. And we've written into law a system that fucking kills people. And the government's never going to say, well, this was on us. So $26 billion, it's all said and done. Hundreds of thousands of people died. That's okay because we paid up.
Yeah.
Imagine if a murderer, imagine if Bill Gates murdered 75,000 people and they said, well, Mr. Gates, it's going to cost you $1 billion. And he went, yeah, fuck it. Okay.
Yeah.
I have that money. Why is that a fucking problem? At least I got to, kill people. I'm good.
Yeah. It's a sick world, man. It's a fucking sick world we live in. It really... Pat, why you always got to bring these up on the show, man? It's so sad.
Listen, man, I was I don't know if you noticed, we will be getting emails now from a news source. I believe it's called 1440. 1440 provides news 5 days a week in the morning. It's free of charge. And it is just the story. There is no narrative whatsoever. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican, doesn't matter if you're Democrat, doesn't matter if you're liberal, doesn't matter what your stance on finance or school is or prison is. They give you the details of a story that are clearly presented with no leaning opinion whatsoever. They are straight down the middle. This is what happened. And the point of 1440 is for you to formulate your own opinion. Unfortunately for you and me, today was day one of me reading 1440. So I had subscribed us and I went, I'm gonna do this for Sunday's show. And I noticed that this fucking opioid story was on the news on Friday. And I went, what the fuck? So this is what we need. We need to be able to formulate our own opinion because this is getting fucking buried. That's my fucking opinion. I see it as a fact.
Yeah. That's what happens, man. It's the whole look over here while we're doing something over here. You know what I mean?
And kudos to them, beautifully timed, because you know America well. America's going to see that money and go, yeah, no, problem solved. Fuck it. Because we're horrible fucking people at the end of the day. The people at the top who could affect change on this are real scumbags. And probably related.
I would say like 98% of them are absolute scumbags. I think it's more at your local level that there's people that inspire change that get elected. The most change that will affect you directly happens at the local level, right? So I do believe that local elections are important, but at the end of the day, there are things that happen on a national level that affect all of us every day. It's a wild fucking, like, really, when you try to wrap your head around it, it's a wild fucking scene, man. It's a wild scene. And in 1776, when we founded this great country and we beat the British and all that stuff, I don't see them, like, I don't think that they saw this coming. You know what I mean? I think some things they saw coming, but the absolute, what's the word I'm looking for, Pat? Corruption. The absolute corruption that happens in our government is unfucking believable.
Well, even then, I mean, there's a handful of good dudes. Washington was one of them, but there's a handful of good dudes. The rest of them, at the end of the day, really were scumbags who we believed in what they were fighting for. So we commemorate those guys as heroes, but they were still just plugging their agenda.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. But all right, enough depressing shit for today. We should do a good news segment, man. Like to end the show.
We used to.
Yeah, you should fucking get on top of that because this shit's depressing and like it's just like I don't like talking too much about politics because it's such a argument starter between people. Like, and listen, I'm phobic and I have different opinions on the Ukraine thing. Him and I can have a disagreement and we can move on with our lives. We view it differently.
I think the big difference between, I'll call it the normal American family, and you and Phobic, or myself and Steven, or even myself and Tony. Tony and I have very polarizing opinions of most things. The biggest difference is we go into conversations and you go into conversations with an open mind. And actually, this podcast did a lot for the two of us, you and I, with I'm not going to go in guns blazing with my blinders on thinking that there's no way I'm wrong, because there's a fucking chance you're wrong. Maybe you should open your fucking ears and listen to what the other side has to say and then formulate your opinion. And I think a lot of American families are in the habit of not listening.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say families, right? I would say people. A lot of American people are in the mindset of I'm right, you're wrong, and I don't have to listen to your opinion. At the end of the day, these are all opinions. You know what I mean? Nobody, like, there's very little facts to what's going on, and everything else is a formulated opinion of somebody, whoever's writing the articles or presenting it on the news or whatever. It's a lot of it's opinion based in their take on it, or you know what I mean? So while it's okay to listen to, somebody that listens to, right wing news and left wing news and then formulates their own opinion based off the two sides that they hear, and actually does some actual research themselves and finds out what they find are the facts of the situation, and then formulates their own opinion, is way better. Phobic says Liverpool game is about to start. I will talk to you later, lads. Hashtag lurk mode. Phobic, I appreciate the lurk. Appreciate
I don't even see that.
He just put it in. It didn't come up on
Wow.
the stream chat yet, but it came up in my thing here. We appreciate the lurk. We appreciate you tuning in today, even if it was just for a little bit, and we appreciate your opinion on the whole Ukraine thing. And listen,
We sure do. Yours probably carries more weight than ours. You're in the fucking military.
absolutely, and that's why I said I can't wait to hear this, because he could change. He has more at stake than I do. You know,
Yeah, he brings more to the table. He's saying, I will put my life on the line for Ukraine. I'm not saying that at all. I can't say either way. I would not, and I would not refuse. I would do neither, because I'm not a part of that system. He's saying, I'll lay my life down for Ukraine. I believe in it.
he said, I think hashtags are blocked on your stream chat, and he said, nope, it's frozen. Yeah, that's weird. His last two things didn't come through on the stream chat. That's weird. Again, I think it's there's definitely a big lag because we're going through two different platforms. Because we're going through to stream to two separate platforms, so I think that's where the lag comes in. Holy shit! How many limit testing? I see. There isn't lag. Oh, there isn't lag today. Oh, that's good.
Interesting.
We usually have tons
I wonder
of lag.
what were his messages that didn't show up publicly?
It was the Liverpool game is about to start. Hashtag lurk mode, and then he said, I think hashtags are blocked on your stream chat, and now everything is, he's just firing through.
I wonder, Phobic, just type in Liverpool game, and I wonder if that comes up. I wonder if for some reason, like, they're blocking, like, competitors. Like, don't tune away from us on this chat. Nope, that came right up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interesting. I love that Phobic can immediately respond to what we're saying for the first time ever. This is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Fantastic stuff going on over here.
All right, Tom. Well, we do have one more segment. If you would like, we have a Karen of the Week. You're doubting its legitimacy. I think for the entertainment value, it's worth it either way. But
do you want to read the green or the gray?
For your sanity, I will read the gray.
Okay. So this is
Here's the thing, Tom. This is truly the important part of this is not the message. Well, it is, but every time you read a text message, you've got to say what time that text message takes place, because it's really incredible how frequently this woman texts.
Oh, I didn't even read that part. But,
okay. Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Okay. So we're not even going to say what it's about. We'll just read it, and you guys will hear what it's about, and then we'll formulate our opinions and what we think of the text group chat thing.
Okay, at 10:08.
I don't have that one.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You're the lady who teaches swimming, right? I got your number from Sangeetha. Can you teach my son also?
At 10:10. Yes, sure.
At 10:11. She said she offered to pay, but it's free. Is that true? I can't pay. That was at 10:11. At 10:20, free, right? At 10:41, I can't pay. I'm a single mom. At 10:57, hello? At 11:05, please reply. At 11:20, double question mark. At 11:30, hello?
What's the ter?
I think that's like an abbreviation of her name.
At 11:35, hey, yes, they are free. I am in office. I won't be able to respond right away.
Also at 11:35. Wow, that's rude. At 11:36. I want to know what time today I should bring my son to the pool.
At 11:59. I am sorry, but today I already informed everyone that I wanted to swim alone today. I will message you the next time I am teaching, probably after 3 days. At 12, I usually teach the kids from 3 to 5 p.m.
At 12:01. Can you come at 1 today and teach him? 1 to 3 is more warm than 3 to 5. I know you have flexible timing. At 12:06. Can you reply faster?
At 12:07. I can't teach at 1 because of work. It is already past 12, and today I really feel stressed and I need to blow off some steam. I don't want to teach today. I already told everyone that. From next time, I will inform you also.
Also at 12:07, that's not fair. I already told him that he can go swimming today. Give me one good reason to tell him, else he's going to cry.
At 12:11, 1, I am not teaching today. 2, I already canceled. I can't uncancel everyone this late.
12:12. That's even better. You can teach him alone. Those brats got free classes for a month. You need to make up for that with my son.
12:13, what? 12:13 also, I can't teach just for your son.
Also at 12:13. Why not? He has anxiety issues. You have to teach him alone.
12:15, I am not a certified trainer. I don't want to be responsible for the safety of your kid with anxiety. Safety of a kid with anxiety in a pool with depth twice his size. I think you should get someone else.
12:16. When I say anxiety, I don't mean like that. He just doesn't like other kids. 12:17. Just teach him exclusively for 1 month. After that, you can put him with everyone. They got more classes than him. It's not fair. At 12:19. So you start teaching him from tomorrow at 1. It is better to be out of the pool by 3. That way no one gets sick. At 12:20. Also, he doesn't have goggles. Bring an extra pair or let him use yours until I buy one.
12:21, I can't swim daily. If I go swimming today, it will be at least 2 days before I can swim again, and I'm not going to teach anyone exclusively.
Also at 12:21. Wow, you're such a selfish bitch. He's just a kid. You don't have any heart. I'm a single mom, and I already told him. 3 minutes later, so 1 minute later, tomorrow at 1 question mark. 3 minutes later, I can see that you've read my messages. And 1 minute later, I will be throwing him in the pool at tomorrow at 1 o'clock. If something happens to him, you're responsible. 3 minutes later, whatever, you're probably a lousy teacher. 15 minutes later, you're such a nasty, horrible person. My son doesn't this. I think she meant to say my son doesn't deserve this. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Why is everyone so selfish and unhelpful these days? 2 minutes later, you have flexible timings. You work less hours than me. You earn more money than me. Those bitches are rich enough that they can afford to get a swimming instructor, but no. They want only the free stuff that my son needs. 4 minutes later, you are so privileged that you don't need money. You fucking refuse money to people who are ready to pay. They are ready to give you money and you don't need the money. Do you know how much I need that money? I'm a single mom. You should get the money from them and give it to me. You're so privileged. You should give it to me. I need it more than you. If you won't teach my son alone, you should at least give the money to me. And then 2 minutes later, she says, reply to me. I can see that you read the message, bitch.
Yeah, there's no way this is fucking real. There's no way.
Dude, I can see it all day. I can absolutely see just a crazy motherfucking mom feeling like it's entitlement, man. For you to say that there's no way that entitlement is this outrageous and rampant. Dude, there's no way it's not.
Yeah, it's like I could see it happening. I just don't think it's real. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like to say that I could say, like I know that like contradicts itself.
Yeah.
But I just can't wrap my head around a human being acting that way. I really can't. Well, I would like to believe that it's not, or I would like to say it's not true, Pat. It's not true. It's not true. There's no fucking way.
I hope you're right.
Phobic said, "Thanks for the shout out. The shout on 1440 News. Going to look into that." So,
Tom, you can go into our email and shoot him. I think it's called 1440, but shoot him the thing.
How about I do this? How about we do this? Bada bing. Oh, wrong button. Oh, just changed away from that. I don't have it in our email, bro. I do have a...
Really?
Yeah. Yo, you didn't put this news in from Liz?
What was it?
The Miami realtor accused of being a serial killer who targeted homeless men.
We're gonna do that. I have tons of news that I haven't put in. If you go to, I think upcoming show or one of the things, there's tons of things we haven't used yet. If you want to drop that in there, I will.
Man, you have all kinds of shit in here. All right. Anyway. Oh, Pat, you know what we never did, man? We never did the Pat McAfee fucking tweet. Oh, we should show this real quick because it's fucking hilarious.
All right, listen.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Griff is gonna. This is how we're gonna end the show today. It's gonna be awesome. All right, ready? You watching? This is from when all those kickers were winning the games.
All right, listen. Okay. I'm now officially 0 for 3 in selections of the divisional round weekend. I thought the Titans were going to win. Nope. Joey Burrow and Evan McPherson. I thought the Packers were going to win, but no, the Niners and Bob Gold. I thought the Bucks were going to win, but no, the Rams and Matt Gay. Kicking matters in the biggest games. So all you little fugazi punks out there that bash the brand and bury kickers, it matters when it matters. And when it matters is in the biggest fucking moments. Congrats to the kickers making their kicks. Congrats to these players making plays. That last game was insane. I can't wait to see what happens tonight. Probably 4 for 4 on kickers winning the goddamn games, though. You want to go to the championship? Make a kick.
I fucking
What
love
the
this.
fuck?
I fucking love this guy. He's great. Kicking matters. Kicking matters. I'm actually wearing, for those of you not watching, everybody can see I'm wearing my For the Brand hoodie because I am for the
Nice.
brand. Pat, you want to get us out of here?
I say, good day.